Researchers have found a way to convert the aromatic substance vanillin into a redox active electrolyte material for liquid batteries. The technology is an important step towards ecologically sustainable energy storage. Territory is an area of land or space that belongs to someone or a group. It's like your home turf, or where you have control. People, animals, and countries all have territories. Think of it as your special piece of the world that you can call your own. A subcontinent is a big piece of land that's smaller than a whole continent but still quite large. It's like a mini-continent. One famous subcontinent is India, which has its own culture and identity within the bigger continent of Asia. Subcontinents have unique features and are often seen as distinct regions within a larger landmass. Teaching is when someone helps another person learn new things. It's like sharing knowledge and skills. Teachers use methods like explaining, showing examples, and giving assignments to help students understand and grow. Teaching can happen in schools, at home, or even in everyday life when people share what they know with others. A chef is a skilled cook who prepares delicious meals. Chefs can work in restaurants, hotels, or even at home. They know how to use various ingredients and cooking techniques to create tasty dishes. Chefs often design menus and are experts in making food not only taste great, but also look appealing. Scholarships are like special gifts of money that help students pay for their education. They are given to students who show talent, hard work, or a particular interest in a subject. Scholarships can cover some or all of the costs of school, like tuition and books. Worship is when people show their respect, love, or devotion to a god or something they deeply believe in. It often involves rituals, prayers, and ceremonies. Worship can take place in places like churches, temples, or even at home, and it varies among different religions and belief systems. The National Physical Activity Guidelines for Adults recommends at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity, preferably every day of the week to obtain health benefits. Exposure to intensely loud sounds leads to permanent damage of the hair cells, which act as sound receivers in the ear. Once damaged, the hair cells do not grow back, leading to noise-induced hearing loss. People, primarily men, originally migrated to Virginia to find gold and silver to make a quick profit. After it became evident that there were no precious metals in the area, men came to Virginia to start cultivating cash crops like tobacco. They threaten the lives of millions of patients each year and contribute to the spread of antibiotic resistance. In low and middle income countries, 11% of patients who undergo surgery are infected in the process. The scientists say this is the first documented instance of nectar that attracts a particular animal assistant being produced outside of a nectary. In fact, the observed nectar bleeding might actually be an early system that evolved to include the nectaries found in other plants today. A British research team played various sounds, including laughter, to people who were having their brain scanned by a functional MRI machine. All the sounds activated the premotor cortical region of the brain. That area prepares facial muscles to move. The inner life that good writers reveal in their characters often gives us glimpses of some portion of ourselves. We can be moved to laugh, cry, tremble, dream, ponder, shriek, or rage with a character by simply turning the page instead of turning our lives upside down. In medicine, the application of information technology means the digitalization of medical records and the establishment of an intelligent network for sharing those records. Other benefits flow from these technological changes. Regular exercise releases brain chemicals key for memory, concentration, and mental sharpness at the same time as lifting your mood and lowering stress and anxiety, all of which contribute to brain health. Our central aim is to enable you to develop knowledge and attitudes and skills that are conducive to constructive involvement, cooperation and teamwork with others, and will serve you well in future endeavors. To succeed, the process demands all of us a serious exercise in civic responsibility. For information about specific program degrees, graduate applications, graduate admission requirements and procedures, graduate scholarships and status of your application, visit the individual school websites. History cannot put in everything. Choices have to be made. Choices must similarly be made about which aspects of the past should be formally taught to the next generation, in the shape of school history lessons. Summer Hill School was regarded with considerable suspicion by the educational establishment. Lessons were optional for pupils at the school, and the government of the school was carried out by a school council, of which all the pupils and staff were members.